food. You love food. We all love food. Yeah, there is. There's always evidence there of people literally talking about like that I'm a man with a voice changer. Yep. I'm apparently I'm a dude with a voice changer apparently, so that is probably, you know, the funny thing about it, right? Sidetrack, right? Sidetrack. Before we jump into food topics, the only reason why, right? The only reason why is because I don't talk in a high-pitched voice like every other girl that's like, you know, that's usually that are on the internet, right? They usually like to, you know, because for God's sake, CC, FPS, CC also like pitched her voice higher to sound innocent and everything. Okay, so a lot of people think that that I'm using a voice changer just because I don't sound the same like every other girl. Do as the Shondo voice? I don't do Shondo voice, okay? I don't do lolly voices, okay? It is not my cup of tea. I haven't done lolly voices in a long time, okay? All right? It's just not my cup of tea, all right? I just don't do that, okay? I tried. I can probably do it, but I'm not gonna do it while recording, to be honest. But that's the thing itself. I just want to make fun of some people or so that literally when people say that I have a voice changer, honestly, it's not even a voice changer that I'm using, honestly. For God's sakes, get it to yourself, you know? Just because I don't sound the same like every other women or so doesn't mean, you know, I don't have two pair of tits and a fucking a hole that's literally down there. I'm just saying. That opens the inner gates. Anyways. I got a video here to show for food. Anyways, $100 Chinese street food challenge in Shanghai. So I bet you he's probably gonna try to spend $100 or so in Chinese food, well, street food in general. So I'm curious to see how cheap it is. Now, where is Uncle at? Uncle, where are you at, huh? Can you verify this for us? Because Uncle is our local Asian man. So, well, our local Chinese Asian man, I should say.
In this video, I'll attempt to spend $100 on street food here in Shanghai, China. Shanghai is China's electric mega city. And when it comes to street food, it's served fast, boom, unbelievable, fresh,
oh dude,
oh my god, and by masters who have been perfecting these recipes for decades. A little bit of local Chinese beer. I can't think of anything more haram than pork that's also drunk, my lord. But in one of China's largest and most expensive cities, with a population of over 25 million, will we be able to eat all day for under $100? This has become a tangled mess. What have I done? Time to find out, starting with breakfast. Right behind me, our first location, Star God Breakfast. Nice. They looked up positive English-sounding words. Star, good, God, why not? Breakfast. We do breakfast. Star God Breakfast. Let's talk about breakfast in Shanghai. In this city, they don't have one classic breakfast, they have four. In fact, these four iconic breakfast dishes are so common, they're called the Four Warriors.
Is that a
And this morning, we're going to be trying all of them. It all starts with what some might call a Chinese donut. Let's go take a look. Right now, I am headed into the restaurant, and I use that term loosely. It's more like a hallway with a fryer. Excuse me. Sorry, pardon me. Thank you. Right here, a ton of the different fried offerings available here, but we are focused on this, yo chow. My guy right here is the donut maker, and right here we have the donut dough in the shape of an L. First, he hits it with a little bit of flour.
Uncle is being questioned by right now. I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
He has his
Take care,
rolling pin
Tony.
ready
Be
to go.
safe.
He gives it a bit of a spank, then he puts on even more flour.
though.
From here, he uses a cleaver, a meat cleaver, or shall I say, a dough cleaver. Here, he's slicing off perfect portions of dough. Look at this guy move. From here, the dough gets elongated. He stacks one on top of the other and presses them with chopsticks. He gives it a little bit of a swirl, and then he drops that into the oil. Once it's done,
It's kind of like a churro, kind of. The way how
I'm
you,
frying, it
he's doing
heads here to this drip
thing.
basket. Let's try one now. Right here we have our fresh Chinese donut or youtiao coming in at 42 cents. It is so hot and you see the steam pouring out of it. Now that is
Whoa,
a sight
that's
to
cheap.
see. Let me remind you, this is breakfast 1 of 4. And
I haven't seen stuff that cheap in like... Yeah. I haven't seen stuff that cheap in a long time, okay? All right?
This is as simple as it gets. From here, they get more and more complex. You'll see soon, but first, let's start with this. Oh, that's nice. Crispy on the outside, a little flaky, and a little bit greasy too. That said, it's not oily. It's essentially fried bread. Almost every culture around the world has something like this. But as an American, it feels like the one thing that's missing is some kind of sugar element. It's like a donut with no frosting on top. Still good, but I feel like they could do more. In fact, they can. Let's go try breakfast version number 2. It all starts with this right here, a salted egg. She cracks it and she breaks it open with a glove on. That takes a lot of skill. Oh, I guess it doesn't take that much skill because she butchered half of it. From here, she reaches inside this wood barrel and pulls out some purple and white rice. Wow, this is a carb-laden breakfast. From here, she grabs the youtiao and she literally mashes it into the rice.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. I know that for a fact. But anyway, still though. I haven't seen shit that cheap or so in such a long time. Actually, well, granted, technically back where I live or so there's still stuff that is actually pretty cheap or so. But like when we moved over here specifically to this other country or so, everything was a lot more, well, it felt like it was a lot more expensive, but then it was balanced out by like, you know, the money that you earn and everything. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. But it's still freaking expensive though. It's still expensive because I'm also comparing it back to ye old times, you know, in hometown.
Hits it with some meat floss. She puts the egg inside, more meat floss, and then some salty pickles. All of that she makes into a snowball of food, crunching it into one carbohydrate bomb. This could be thrown at somebody and used as a weapon. In the end, this is the final product. Boom, it's breakfast number 2, right here coming in at $1.41. I have never seen anything like it. It's like a Chinese arancini, kind of. Love it? Okay, let's agree to disagree. When you squeeze it, it kind of squeezes back. It's a little spongy. I want to break it open, but I think it's just going to fall apart. I think the best move here is just to go for a bite. Wow, a lot going on there. That taste is amazing. The salty pickle is offering so much flavor, and then you're getting all this crunch from that Chinese donut with nice chewy rice on the outside. It's very satisfying. It is both a texture sensation and a savory, salty, fun breakfast. That said, this is only 2 out of the 4 breakfasts. We still have 2 more to see. Let's head back into the kitchen. Right now, we're about to make our third warrior. Here we have that same fried dough that's been dried into a crouton. We have white shrimp, seaweed, scallions, and salty pickles too. Next, he's gonna bring a special ingredient. That right there is a giant ladle full of soy milk. The milk is gonna go down into the bowl and rehydrate that fried bread. Boom, we have our third breakfast of the day. They're using soy milk. Should soy milk even be called milk or just like vegetable juice? This is bean juice. So here we have our basically bean juice and bread. And right here we have Joy. Hi, Joy.
Hi.
This dish here seems like a clever way to reuse old fried bread. Is that true?
That is so right, because with the fried dough, sometimes you have surplus from the breakfast time.
First of all, the milk is looking chunky and kind of curdled. And then we have the bread that's been rehydrated. The first 2 warriors, I was much more sure about. This is a warrior that they just gave like a pocket knife to, and they said, do your best. Do you know what I'm saying here?
Totally. It is acquired taste for many. I grew up drinking a sweet version, savory version. This is one of a kind.
The nice part about it is it is kind of warm and creamy. I gotta say, fun to try, not my favorite. But that is just 3/4 of our warriors. From here, we're going to one more location where we're gonna try Shanghai's final breakfast contender. Let's move. Here we go. Upon entering, you can see delicious bread frying. Here they have golden breads of all kinds. And here we're gonna see how he makes the sesame pancake. It all starts with the dough. He takes a mixture of sugar, he puts that inside, and then he seals it shut. He grabs his trusty rolling pin and he rolls it flat. Wow, look at this guy work. From here, he hits it with a little bit of oil, and then he hits it with some white sesame seeds. He hits it with a little bit of water. Boom, just by hand, he sticks it to the oven. This is kind of a Chinese version of a tandoor oven. There's coals on the bottom, and then right here we have that bread. Time has passed and he's reaching into the oven. That looks extremely delicious. The only thing left to do now...
Fuck, I want some. I
to
want
give it
some
a
so
try.
badly.
Breakfast number 4 right here, the 4th horseman. After this, I've completed the quadrilogy. All 4
only
breakfasts
35
in one
cents?
morning. This
God
is the
damn,
sesame
dude.
seed
Holy
pancake.
shit,
I
dude.
would just call it bread stuffed with sugar. Oh, it's like beautiful bread. And then the sugar, where is the sugar? The sugar is indiscernible. Is the sugar in the room with us now? I don't know, I guess let's find out. The sugar is an abstract idea. It's mildly sweet. It's about as sweet as American white Wonder Bread, but that's about it. But what I do like about this is that it's basically fresh baked bread, baked over coals in an oven. He pulls it out, and seconds later, you're eating it. That said, that is just my review. A review
You
of
know what's the best? For me personally, when it comes to just eating bread, like if I just want to eat just bread, pan francés is like one of my favorite ones to just kind of like, or not pan francés, it's like an bolillo. Bolillo is like one of my favorites to just kind of like, especially if they came out from the oven or so. Oh, dude, it's just so like it's so nice when you like kind of like crunch it or so in your hand, and you just hear the crunch or so on the bread. You know it's a good bread. It's a good bread when it comes out of the oven immediately.
man
and you
who's
hear that
traveled the
noise.
world, who's become old and jaded. I personally would like a second point of view from somebody who has fresh eyes. Hey kid, do you want to try this? See, this is what I need. Someone with fresh eyes. I didn't think of just sucking on the bread for 10 minutes. Is it yummy? No! A harsher critic than me. I can't believe it. Okay, thank you. Mwah. Bye. So that is the sesame seed
That's
pancake,
cute.
but inside this stall, they're also serving up another special treat. Let me show you. Bonus food. Right here, we have a radish pancake. They call everything here a pancake.
Radish?
Basically, it's a fried radish treat. You can see these rippled edges that actually comes from the ladle that they use to fry this in.
It all starts with this uniquely shaped ladle with a bit of batter dumped inside, then a hefty dose of shredded radish, followed by even more batter. Everything hits the oil and it's fried until it turns golden brown.
Interesting.
Interestingly enough though, then the radish has become kind of pleasantly steamy. The radish itself is somehow a little bit starchy. It almost feels like eating a softer, sweeter potato. Plus, in this cold weather, this is super hot. Every bite is crunchy and steamy at the same time. I wanted to be cynical, but in the end, this is one of the better things we've tried so far today. So with breakfast complete, it is time to head on to lunch and then eventually dinner. The food from here is gonna change, transform, and become much more substantial. Foods that include the dumpling Shanghai is famous for, xiao lan bao, or the soup dumpling. Behind me, our next destination. Here we're gonna be trying lunch at a place called, well, I think you can see for yourself. I don't think I need to read it to you. Obviously, you're not illiterate. This is a Vods restaurant, or a restaurant specializing in dumplings. What kind of dumpling in particular?
I actually do have those to make those dumplings and
The
everything.
soup dumpling. Soup dumplings are special because it's not just meat inside. The big challenge is putting both meat and soup inside of a dumpling. So how do they do it? I'm gonna go into the kitchen now to
Interesting.
find out. Let's move. Boom, we are in the kitchen right now for some dumpling making action. Let's talk about the raw ingredients and then the process. There are two main elements required here. First of all, the dough balls that have already been pre-made and pre-measured. Then right here we have the filling. This is full of delicious pork, some ginger, some pepper, and some congealed
I'm not gonna lie, that looks like natto.
gelatinized pork fat. Part of the magic of the soup dumpling is getting soup inside of something like this. But how does that work? It all starts right here. Step one is to take this dough ball and then use two different microscopic rollers to flatten it out. Then on this side, my guy grabs a fresh wrapper and he fills it full of that delicious pork filling. He crimps, he crimps, he crimps, he rotates, and then before you know it, the whole thing is beautifully closed with a wonderful twisted design on top. Soon they are gonna steam all of these baskets full of xiao lan bao. What's gonna happen is that all the congealed fat inside of this filling is gonna melt, and that is what creates the soup. So after this steams, we're gonna be getting a great combination of that wrapper, the meat inside, and some delicious dripping soup too. So let's steam some up and dry it
Feel like
out.
that
All
looks
right, folks,
good, I ain't
xiao
gonna
lan
lie.
bao. This is what we saw being made in the kitchen just moments ago. But on the table, we also have some other surprises, including this right here, shumai. It looks nothing like any shumai I've seen before. We're gonna learn about that soon. But first, xiao lan bao. Xiao means what?
Small.
Long means
This very steamer.
and bao.
The bun.
And you actually have to be careful when eating foods like this because if you bite down too confidently, it could explode hot napalm into your mouth.
Absolutely right. That is a common rookie mistake.
Can you walk me through the process of eating xiaolongbao?
Let's dig it very gently. Lift one up from the top. Let's dip it in the vinegar. From the side, take a small bite. This is where you can
Where are the
either
high-class foods with small portion Vods? Shut your bitch ass up. You get the fuck out of here, okay? All right? You and your goddamn small-ass portion. We're here eating good food here. You can go eat your fucking 1 grain of rice that you get from King every single time. That's your high class of food over there, okay?
suck out the soup or scoop out those broth. Now it's time to dig in.
Let me tell you, I never would have thought of eating it that way in 1,000 years. I would have gone like this. Wow, that was so delicious. The outside wrapper, it's thick, it's chewy.
Dude,
on
that
the
looks so
inside,
good,
the
I'm
pork
not
is
gonna
beautifully
lie.
but simply flavored and seasoned. And then the broth on the inside, that's what it's all about. It is such a different dumpling experience. It's my first time having it here in mainland China. I love it. Right here we have a second soup dumpling variety.
Do you see the yellow color? That comes from the hairy crab of the Yangcheng Lake.
Ooh, if you see the little bit of broth that came out, it is yellowy, rich and creamy, fatty from those crab eggs. So it's a similar type of porky base, but man, that crab fat makes all the difference. Very rich, very yolky. It's almost like a salted egg yolk from a hard-boiled chicken egg.
response right there,
Unbelievable,
your mom's
delicious.
a
But then
peasant
there's
response with
this.
this.
When you think
Kick down
shumai,
her
typically
ass,
it looks
shut your
like this.
bitch ass
But
up.
shumai here, it looks like that. Wow,
I don't wanna hear from
This
you.
is a wrapper, and literally it's oozing carbs. Take a look at that. Soy sauce dyed rice on the inside.
Oh, dude, that looks so good. What the fuck?
Wow. It has a bold flavor. They use soy sauce to dye the rice black, and then there's some
Give me
mushroom in
a
there
lot
too.
of
There's no
that.
meaty morsel to look forward to. It's just carbs on the outside, and on the
so fucking
inside,
tasty,
more
dude.
carbs. Let's talk about the price. For all these combined, it costs $11.67. Kind of expensive compared to what we've been eating so far, but so far we are nowhere near $100. Are we gonna hit $100? That is a big question. I am determined to get
I
there,
love
but we're
food.
gonna have to
I
keep
love food
eating to
videos,
find out.
dude.
Let's move. Boom, we've come to our next location right behind me. So far today, almost no animals have had to suffer for us
This
to
is
eat.
duck.
Again, that changes now.
Hi, Doug.
Behind me is a restaurant serving fish, but here's what I like
Oh.
about this place. If we were in the USA going to, let's say, a fish and chips shop, they would have pre-breaded, pre-made, pre-frozen everything. Here, they have fish, like the whole thing, its whole body intact in water, swimming around, wondering what's gonna
serious?
happen next. Well, I'll tell you what's gonna happen next. We're gonna turn you into something delicious. Let's go meet this fish. This is catching fish on easy mode.
Like netting fish in a barrel. He reaches down into his little tank that is full of giant live carp. So he has netted a carp here, puts it on the ground. This is amazing. Oh my God.
Ah, and then he gets his fish stick. Oh my God.
Can I be honest? That fish owed him a gambling debt.
Oh,
Never get in
jeez.
trouble with a bookie with a fish stick. On to the next step. He takes a fish cleaver and he works his way down the belly. He expels
He
the
just-
guts and the innards. From here, cut off the butt. This middle section is what we're after. Boom. Let's get to
He
cooking.
just
Step
beat the
one,
fish?
he scales this little fillet. From here, he cuts away the bones until we just have big meaty fillets remaining. Boom. These are all of our fish parts cut into tiny little chunks. He hits it with a little bit of water. And now it's time to get to fry it. With our fish clean, he now
Don't
heats
tell
the
Peter.
oil. The oil that he changes often, I guess. Oh, she said, yo, don't use that old ass oil, dude. One thing that this place prides itself on is its use of fresh oil. They're opening one right now just
Yo,
for us.
he
Oh my
lying,
gosh.
bruh.
I feel honored. He adds in
Safety
fish
food
oil.
hazard.
He puts on his fish frying mask. Is there something he knows that I don't know about fish frying? Should I have a mask? He puts the fish into his frying basket. Boom. The fish has entered the oil. He looks at the fish, feeling guilty, wondering, what have I done? In just moments, the outside flesh is already cooked through. That's some nice looking carp. This reminds me of an old Chinese proverb, carpe diem, seize.
This looks something similar than that my mom can kind of make, actually, to be honest. Or what Salvadorians actually make. This looks something similar.
the carp, and that's what we're doing right
I just
now.
don't remember what's it called.
After 5 minutes of frying,
It
it's
looks
time
really
to net
similar.
that fish one more time. From here, it's gonna head into this delicious sweet and sour sauce and get absolutely coated. From here, he puts it into its final resting place. A culinary coffin. Sesame. Right here we have the final product. What's it called?
鲍鱼.
Can you tell me more about the name of this fish?
包 literally means explode, and it also makes a phrase 爆发. And 发 means to make a lot of fortune. So if we eat the fish, we're gonna get rich.
That sounds true to me. This
But getting, getting fresh fish immediately, getting cooked immediately, it sounds pretty enticing, not gonna lie, in my personal opinion. So, see that low-class cooking, beating a fish, savages? Your mom is beating his dick every night, is what I gotta say. Bow the whale equals explode the whale? Is that what that means?
is nice, manageable, bite-sized pieces. From here, I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, way better than I thought. We have a winner right here. It is super crunchy
I don't
on the
care about
outside,
turtle.
even without any
I'd
batter.
rather
You
not
fry
eat
the
any
heck out of it
turtle.
with that nice fresh oil mixed
No,
with
sir.
old
No,
oil.
sir.
A great combination for frying. You don't want too much fresh oil because the old oil, that has all the flavor. Beyond that, there's that sweet sauce. It's a perfect mild, savory sweetness that's coating the fish. It's a very good flavor. Oh. Dessert fish. This is a fish you could end a meal with. So far, on a per dish
dessert?
basis, this is the most expensive thing we've gotten to date.
Really?
A dish over $5, which is remarkable because I'm holding about a pound of meat right here. So if we're gonna spend $100 today, we
Oh,
are gonna have to
noodles.
up the ante. We have 2 locations remaining. Let's see what we can find. We have come to our next location. Right behind me, a place serving sesame sauce noodles. This is a noodle
Sesame
local
sauce
to
noodles?
Shanghai. And if you ask anybody in the city where you should get this noodle, they will recommend this place. Let's head into the kitchen now to see how it's made. Boom, I'm in the kitchen with Chef Chen, and I want to talk about the components of these noodles. We have the actual noodle right here. What I'm told is an alkaline wheat noodle. Here we have the sesame sauce. Ooh, look at that. This ratio, it's not 100% sesame. It's about 30% sesame seed, and the rest is peanuts. So it's kind of a peanut sauce with some sesame taste mixed in. Chef, take it
Interesting.
away. Step 1, quit your job and leave. Oh wait, there's noodles out here. Ah, there's a big, beautiful container of noodles. He brings the noodles inside, and he dumps them in the boiling water. He stirs and stirs and stirs the noodles. From here, he starts to gather the noodles. He folds them over onto the net, then puts them beautifully into each bowl.
From here, the bowl receives layers of flavor, a few drops of salty water, a spoonful of sesame sauce, then some chili oil, followed by their signature in-house soy sauce. Finally, it's topped with some scallions. Time to give it a try.
Interesting.
It sounds
looks pretty
great
good,
saying
though.
sesame sauce noodles. It sounds very fancy. Yes, they do have Michelin accolades on the wall, but to me, these are peanut butter noodles. Those are noodles
Your mom
and
got a good
basically
VOD on
peanut
her
butter.
OnlyFans.
you
I don't wanna
just
hear
want
from
it
you,
all
bitch.
coated. Am I doing this right?
Absolutely. The whole thing about having noodle in Shanghai with all these sauces is to mix them very, very well.
This looks insane. I've never seen noodles where you could literally pick up the whole dish with one chopstick.
You can try picking up the noodles one after another, dip it in the sauce.
Dip it in what sauce? Is this some kind of new Chinese diet? There we go. A big, delicious bite to sink my teeth into. Huh. You know what? Not bad, but also not enough. There we go. Oh, wow. The noodles, very chewy, very al dente, very satisfying. That would be enough to try to get through. But then there's this thick peanut butter
that looks
sauce
so
that coats your
fucking
entire
good.
mouth. It's both sticky and hot at the same time. I've got the peanut butter component. Now I want something fruity and sweet to balance it all out. Joy, have you ever had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Oh yes, and I love it.
I think this would be excellent with a little bit of jelly on the side. What do you think?
I think we could suggest that to this Shanghai chef.
That definitely would not be insulting at all. So in the end, is this a delicious noodle? Absolutely. It's something new, it's something different, and what's most remarkable to me is the price. This place, they have awards, they have Michelin folks coming here from Europe saying, yes,
Really?
we agree as white guys, it's a good noodle. And even with all of that,
Well, look who decided to come back in here again. The residential Chinese man. Wow, look at that. I wonder where you disappeared off to.
this bowl right here still costs under $2. That is remarkable, but that doesn't help with my goal of getting to $100 by the end of this video. That said, we have 1 location remaining, and this is gonna be a
Dude, I ain't gonna
meat-focused
lie, man, this
location.
is-
Hopefully,
oh,
this is gonna be
dude.
enough to put us over the edge. Let's
Some of these
find
are
out.
looking really
We are in the
good.
kitchen, and we're about to learn how to make a dish known as Shanghai Braised.
Man, he lost Auntie the moment that he forgot to put MSG in the goddamn food.
braised pork belly with this guy right here. It all starts with the pork belly.
He doesn't know how
Let's
to
get
cook
to
noodles
it.
correctly,
Step 1,
that's
use
why.
a big meat cleaver to cut it into proper meat cubes. Those are healthy sized meat cubes. I like it. Right here we have our skillet, and the first thing he does is put some oil inside. Then the pork cubes head in next. Whoa, you gotta be quick. So right now he's frying the pork belly until the fat and oils come out. He drains off some of the fat and oil. We have some ginger and scallion.
That's what I need or so. I need the pork belly or so for my ramens when I want to make it in the future.
That's gonna head in next.
I'm gonna be making, I'll be making in the future or so, beef curry. I already have all the ingredients for the beef curry. I think I'm only missing the beef broth, and that's kind of basically it.
Next, he adds in a dark soy sauce, and this gives the pork a beautiful color. Now he's putting in normal soy sauce and a little bit of local Chinese beer. I can't think of anything more haram than pork that's also drunk, my lord. Here we have sugar cubes. That's gonna head in next. Then he puts on the lid and lets that braise. So now we're gonna fast forward an hour and show you what the final result would be. It would look like this. And somehow our pork has laid eggs. This looks amazing. From here, it is time to plate. One by one, they take these pork cubes and transfer them onto this dish. Wow, it's like a Jenga tower of protein. And he smothers it all with that concentrated sauce. Finally, he hits it with some scallions on top. Chef, say. All right, folks, we have worked our way up to the absolute most expensive dish of the day, coming in at $13.79. Introducing the Meat Jenga Tower. Joy, what are your thoughts on this dish?
I think that is my favorite.
And what is it that people love so much about this dish in Shanghai?
What people love most about the pork bellies are the gentle texture, and you can really feel it melt on tip of your tongue. The second is the sweet flavor that is absolutely the favorite of all Shanghainese. And the third, I would say, is the glimmering red
Are those
color
potatoes?
just reflecting in your camera, in your eyes, and that tells us, come eat me, baby.
Thanks, Joy. Now I can enjoy my food in
Those
peace.
are
As you
eggs?
look closely, you
Is
can
it-
see just the
Is it
striations
quail eggs? Is that what that is, or is it a different type of eggs?
right here. The skin, the fat, the protein. Let's give it a shot. Oh, it's so good. So tender, and that sauce has become just a thick, sweet glaze surrounding the pork belly. There's a definite distinction in textures as you're chewing through this. The skin is a little bit chewy to get through, then the fat has become very gelatinous, then the meat, a little bit more dense, but still very, very soft.
This guy, your mom is a mid-food is what I gotta say
It is
about
pork
that.
belly that melts on your tongue. Each new bite is like meeting an old friend. It tastes of something new but nostalgia at the same time. Shanghai food definitely has its own culinary identity. Foods here, they're pork heavy, carb heavy, and a lot of them are laden with oil. Foods here can also be very sweet, but the most remarkable things about food in Shanghai is the affordability. This is the financial hub of China, and still the foods are incredibly inexpensive. So the question is, did I eat enough volume today to get all the way up to $100?
Nope.
Well, we're gonna add up everything and let you know soon. But first, I wanna talk about a problem a lot of people have when they come to Shanghai. When traveling to Shanghai, it can be difficult to get around, to communicate, and to find the best food spots. And if you don't plan ahead, it can be easy to waste your time here. Fortunately, I have a solution for you. The solution is Lost Plate Food Tours. Joy and her company were responsible for helping put together this whole day of eating and helping me to find some of the best food spots in Shanghai. But they are not just in this city. They're also in other cities throughout China.
Yes, and that is Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, Chengdu, Suzhou, Guangzhou, the list goes on and on. We also have multi-day food trips all around China. Come find us.
So book your own food tour today at lostplate.com. And before we go, I want to let you know
pretty
how
good.
much we spent on food throughout the day.
Today we went to 6 different locations and tried 11
Oh
different
yeah, that is actually true as well. He didn't even have to tip for a lot of the foods in general. Yeah, I forgot about that.
foods. In almost any other city with over 5 million people, that would add up to a heck of a lot of money. But today, it only cost me $36.60. That's pretty
I still think the Mexican VOD that he did for this one, I still think that it is the cheapest one. I think it's still cheaper than this one, to be honest.
crazy.
So if you had to pick one food from today that was your absolute favorite, which would it be?
For me, it will be the pork belly.
It's a tough choice, but for me, I would say that fried fish, but that is just my opinion. Guys, let me know downstairs in the comments below which food from today, if you could just choose one, would be your pick. Otherwise, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Good shit, dude. I love his videos. It's missing it's missing bun? What is this? Oh, is this like 2 ways to make pork belly bao buns? Oh, okay. I'll take a look at it in a moment. Dude, I love putting pork belly on my ramen when I get the chance. I haven't bought any pork belly. I need to go buy some pork belly for it. Tipping is a Western thing. Yeah, I know tipping is a Western thing. 100%. That's the one thing I'm kind of that I hate personally. So yeah, because apparently in some restaurants or so that I've gone to, you know what people put as the bottom tier of tipping? So it's not, so sometimes I would usually do the 10% tipping, right? But most of them go up to 18%. I was just like, what the hell is this? 18% on making something super simple? Nah, man, I'm good. Jesus. 18%. They want 18% on just making only what, 2 or 3 orders. That's it. 18%, at least for some of the places that I've eaten before in the past. And I was just kind of like, no thank you. But yeah, anyways, that was a good video. I love these kinds of food videos overall, for 100%. As much shit that we talk about around here, around the block or so, we talk about like random stuff and things that we make fun of or whatnot. Food will always be the #1 topic that I enjoy talking about in my channel, always, because I love food at the end of the day. Even though I am on a diet, though, well, quote unquote diet, well, losing weight anyways, in the process of losing weight, which we have been doing pretty well, to be honest. It's just hard to resist some of these foods, though.